Okay, this will be a nice one, hopefully. See if we can make this turn up a treat. Going to colour. Going to start with black and yellow. Yellow, the happy colour, I like to call it. So we're going that way. And going to go here, contrast. Going to make it a little bit more contrasty. Copy density, just lighten it a bit. Alright, let's see how we go with this piece. Alright, what have we got? I got here. I should have had it made it last and lay it out, but it's actually a shirt. It's got that nice lace pattern. We're going to photocopy the lace. I really like the lace. I'm just grabbing it with my phone hand as well as my other hand, and we're just going to lie it on the glass at a nice little angle, make it look really nice. And that's just going to go there. Leave the dock feeder open. Let's see what we can do with this. It's going to come out, red's going to turn into yellow. Lamp looks nice illuminating behind the shirt. Let's see how we go. Let's see if we've got a really nice pattern. Oh, it looks a bit too wishy-washy. You can't see much of the pattern and that looks really ugly. So we're going to have to do some work on it. We're just going to straighten it out a bit. Just flatten out that piece there. And I'm just checking to see if we've got the angle looking good. All we have to do now is maybe darken it. Maybe add some background to it. And maybe even do that. And then we're just going to go and we're going to take the copy density and we're going to darken it a fair amount. Let's see if that makes a difference. This one might not have enough definition to make it look nice, but I could be wrong. We're going to try and see if we can make it look good. And see if we can really... Yeah, that looks better. It's not as dark as I'd like it to be, but it looks better than the first go. We still have a bit of that, but we're going to leave it like that, I do think. And we got that nice angle there. I'm just wondering if we can do any more to make it look good, to make it look better. So we've darkened it. We're just thinking we're going to perhaps go all the way with the darkness. Maybe the contrast could... Going to leave it in the middle. Just wondering how that's going to work. Let's see how that looks, how we made this look. See if darkening it further has improved it. Yeah, it looks a bit better. It looks a bit better now. I don't like that wrinkle. It's not a very nice looking wrinkle, but we got this. Wondering if we're going to straighten it up or we're going to leave it like that. Wondering if we're going to just darken it further. Right, we've got one more little trick we can pull. The contrast is not in, and we've got that. We can actually make it go even darker by using both controls in tandem. So we do it for making it really light. We should be able to do it for making it darker. So let's just see how that turns out. If that's turned up a treat. Yeah. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it looks darker. It looks a bit darker. You can't tell much difference between the two. I'm just seeing, yeah, it looks much the same. I think we're just going to have to just accept it as it is. And I think that's going to be the centre of our job. I'm disappointed it's come up really faint. I'm just going to keep it that way. So we're now going back to black and red. We're just going to leave it like that. It's not the greatest. I was hoping for more definition, but it doesn't always happen. You don't always get the result that you want. I could have probably darkened it further. This does look a bit, the black does look a bit too pale and wishy-washy. But hopefully it'll look all right once it's assembled. I'm wondering if maybe, wondering if we're going to make a better pattern. We're going to give up on, we're going to just toss this one aside. I've just decided we're going to try and work on it. We're going to go back to black and yellow, and we're just going to basically, we're going to scrunch it. We're going to use a bit of scrunching to make this look more interesting as an original. We don't want this label on there, so we're just going to scrunch it up and make it a scrunchy sort of a job, and make that more, that'll make it more interesting, and the lace just adds a little bit extra to the image. We're just going to make it more creative. We're not going to go with a flat image. Sometimes I do that, folks. I get stuck in, I try to fix something that cannot be fixed, and I now have just decided to throw the original one in, and that looks superior. That looks good, folks. This is what I want, this kind of image with definition, and you can see the wrinkled areas. It looks good. It looks brilliant. Now we can start and finish off this demo, which could have been a failure if I had have just stuck with the original plan and just compromised. We humans are indeed creatures of compromise a lot of the time. A lot of the time we just don't put all our effort into finding solutions to problems, like solutions for problems like climate change. If we fucking stopped making things so short-lived like this photocopier, we would have less CO2 in the atmosphere, and we would be able to save this planet from climate change. But no, the fucking rich, the fucking greedy pigs don't care. And even if the whole human race pulled together and stopped pumping CO2 in the atmosphere, stopped burning coal, stopped using gasoline or petrol, if we used solar energy and wind and tide power, renewable energy, we still would have to, it would still be almost too late to stop the climate change from becoming catastrophic. It would still happen, but now that there's not enough people working against it now to make that minimum happen. So most people are consuming our planet to death, and people are manufacturing and not using recycled materials in their products, and it's just a load of shit. And we're going to fucking get hot. Really hot. People are going to die. The world's going to become uninhabitable in most places. And it's not fair. And this is a fucking stupid machine. I forgot to set the original size for the mirror image job. But basically the world is getting hotter, and people are still not trying their best to consume less. So we're not got no fucking hope. The rich people are still manufacturing and mining and ripping things out of the ground and ripping the planet to pieces, deforestation, whatever, it's happening. The rich people, they're the ones that are really fucking our planet. And even if they moved in and helped fix the planet would still overheat anyway, because we've gone so far into this stupid meltdown situation, so to speak. Not quite a meltdown, but it's getting hot. It is a meltdown. The fucking ice caps are melting at a faster and faster rate, and the glaciers are disappearing. So it's not fucking funny, folks, that we are basically manufacturing and consuming ourselves to death. It would be better if this photocopier lasts 10 years instead of 5 years for spare parts and consumables. But no, Konica Minolta are just another fuck-ass corporation that don't care about the planet. They talk about the planet, but I don't see that making something last, like a photocopier, last only 5 years. That can't be environmentally friendly. If you want to be environmentally friendly, Konica Minolta, you've got to make your machinery last longer so we don't have to manufacture and mine. So, and if you guys would use recycled materials, I don't know what the fuck you use, but you fucking fucking our planet up, bitch. So anyway, that looks really nice. But you get my drift, folks. We're in deep shit, and there's nothing we can, as individuals, can do about it, but we've got to hope that somehow science will find a way. Anyway, enough about this rant. Gotta go.